Hey guys, so um, this is gonna be such an awkward video for me because this is the first time I'm really talking about this. Um, I thought about making a video or making videos for a while now, but it's just taken me a little bit to come to an acceptance point, I guess, um, of just what's going on. And I have to admit, I was also just really afraid to even talk about the situation because I just wasn't there in my head yet to know how to even say anything or how I'm personally dealing with it. But I had a good talk today too. Someone was talking to me about, for my point of view, I kind of wanted to wait till I was at the end of this journey and I had it all figured out, and then I could just share at the end, like, hey, this is what's going on or what happened, and this is how I figured it out. Or maybe I have to be successful in things for people to want to listen to me. Um, but that doesn't necessarily need to be the case. I think it's better for me to share my journey as I go through it. Maybe there's other people out there that are dealing with the same thing, and we can learn together. Or if you feel like you're alone, you can just know that you're not alone. But the main purpose of me sharing this, there's a few things. I really just want, for myself, I know that for me, my biggest struggle was going from one dream and purpose that I had in my head to finding another. For this thing that's happening with me to hit me like a brick wall and just steal my dream from me. For me to have to understand that my method of conquering the world that I had in my head and had already been working so hard for wasn't going to work. And it all happened very quickly. So I just know for so many other people out there that might be struggling with something like this or different or any other situation, that I really want to just show you that if you really still want something, if you really still want to be somebody, that it's possible. It might take a little extra work, or maybe it takes the same amount of work as someone else who doesn't have the issue, but they're working just as hard in another way. But the main point that I really just want to drive home is that I'm still finding a way. And it may be hard, but I also know that I don't want to be fake and I don't want to pretend that it's easy, or I don't second guess, or I don't have problems that I deal with. I don't get depression, or I don't get anxious about stuff, or I don't question. And through this past year, almost 2 years now of me having issues, in the last year it's just gotten really bad. I've lost a lot of confidence. Like, I don't feel the same way that I did about myself, which we can get to that another time. I do plan on continuing to make videos. I'm going to start just documenting and just talking about what's going on, and my daily life, just how I'm figuring out work and everything. But for today, I just want to say something, just to kind of kick it off. And this is probably going to be the most, like I said, awkward, weird thing for me, because this is just not the type of person I normally am. And I really don't want anyone to think this is me just trying to pull a poor me thing. It's not. There's a large part of me that just wants to hide this in a little box and nobody know about. But the bigger part of me knows that I really can't be real with anybody if they don't know all of me. It's really hard also for me to talk about stuff and y'all to learn or grow from a situation, or me to learn or grow, if I can't be open about everything that's me. So I don't want this to be super long. If I talk to y'all about every little situation, every little thing that's going on in one video, it would be like the whole day. It'd be ridiculous. So this will be in little bits. I'll just share as I can, and I'll hopefully get better at it. Hopefully, hopefully. But if you're out there and you're struggling, if you're out there and you think that you can't have what you want, or you can't do things because something was laid on you that you weren't prepared for. Maybe you can't do it in the way that you thought you would, but I'm sure that there's other ways that you can do things. Or maybe your dream that you had was only a partial reality of your dream. Maybe that dream was a stepping stone to your real dream, like you just didn't know it yet. That being said, I know some of you may already follow me, some of you may not follow me, some of you may kind of notice some of the things I've been posting, or maybe in my stories. So I'm just gonna put it out there. The thing that has been attacking me for a year has been a mystery and up until about 2 months ago. I went and saw a neurologist. I've had MRIs done. I've had all kinds of tests done. And at this point in time, he's leaning towards epilepsy. I mean, that's what he has me. That's what my medication's for. The things that have been happening to me apparently are seizures. My type of seizures will range from full-blown blackout on the floor, convulsing, to, and I'm still learning about this, so forgive me, but like where I'm more aware and it's like a complex seizure, so I'm kind of aware of what's going on, but I can't really do anything still, and then my muscles will still convulse, but it's all one-sided, to really light, where I might just have a moment where I can't think, or something smells really weird, or something like just like I can love some type of food and then sometimes I'll eat it and it tastes disgusting and I want to puke. So there's like a broad range when it comes to seizures, like what's going on in your brain, I guess, like where you're having a full-blown attack and where you're having a small partial one, and you can either be aware or not aware. So I'm land pretty much anywhere in between that. So that's what's kind of been the trouble for my diagnosis, is some days I'll have like really mild and it'll just be like my legs shaking, or I don't feel really good, or I get really tired, like more than usual, which is really, I'm tired all the time, which is a result of this. So anyways, long story short, I could get like the leg tremors where I could barely walk on my right leg, or I could have a full-blown seizure. So I'm making this video today because I'm tired of hiding it, and yesterday made me realize I really can't. So yesterday I was at the gym. I hadn't been working out longer than maybe 10 minutes. I was just getting my warm-up set in, superset. I dropped a 30-pound dumbbell on my foot in front of a lot of people. I started to have a pretty hard seizure in front of a lot of people. I almost fell down, so again, they can kind of vary. I felt like I was definitely out of it for at least 10 seconds, because there was a point there for a second. But I was aware for most of it, but basically what happened is I lose all feeling on my right side. My hands start shaking and my right leg will start convulsing like hard, like my muscles are like flexing constantly. And then it's pretty much to where I can't put any weight on my right leg, so if I try, I fall down. So there's a girl working out next to me. If you see this, thank you so much. Yeah, so she came over and asked me what's going on. So whenever you're having a seizure, or like the episode that I'm having, I lose pretty much all motor control. So I can't control my mouth and I get really numb. So I can be kind of aware, like it's just kind of like a brain fog, but I'm aware enough in my head to know what I want to communicate, but it doesn't come through because I can't really talk. It's very hard for me to talk, and then it's just, even if I'm able to kind of speak and have motor control function, it's usually really hard for me to breathe, and I'm usually breathing pretty intensely, which was what happened yesterday. So I barely got it out, but I was able to tell her, I'm having a seizure. So she sat me down. my legs and my hands continued to convulse for a little while. I was able to get my boyfriend on the phone, and she talked to him, told him to come down to the gym. He picked me up later, but I mean, for 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20, I don't even know. It felt like forever. I think he said it was at least 15 minutes. They had to pretty much carry me to the gym office, which has glass windows as their wall. So I'm having a seizure, partial seizure now. So I went from a full, really harsh convulsion to the next 10, 15 minutes-ish, or whatever it was, of me still continuing to shake and just not be, it's kind of like this. But my legs are pretty shaky. And there's glass walls. And then there's people that are working out, but they're on those machines where you don't really have to move a lot, and you can kind of just move one arm or move your leg, and you can kind of just look. And instead of continuing to work out, and I mean, you could say whatever this is. I've honestly felt kind of disrespected about it, but it is what it is. For me, I don't know. But yeah, so instead of continuing to work out, they just sat there and just stared at me for like 10 minutes or whatever the time was. At that point, the paramedics showed up with the big bed, rolled it up right next to me, like they're gonna take me away, lay me on this bed and strap me down in front of the entire gym. I'm a fitness model, guys. Like, this is a little bit, I'm not really an ego person. I've never been a cocky person, but everyone has that barrier where it just makes them feel not so great. So yeah, my boyfriend came picked me up. I had to talk to the paramedics for a little while, as much as I could. I think he did most of the talking. Thank you, baby Jesus. Thank you, Philip. Yeah, and then we left. He took me home. I laid on the couch for the rest of the night. He sat there with me. Thank you again. And then this morning we went and got my car. I was supposed to have a phone call with a client of mine at 6 o'clock. He had to cancel it for me. I did not have the awareness or availability to even make a phone call or talk or text really well, to even tell my own client, like, hey, I can't do this. But, and this is what I'm getting to, this is what's really important. The moment I realized that this thing was going on, the moment I realized I couldn't be in school full time, the moment I realized that my dream of being an architect may not be that achievable or realistic. And we can talk about chasing after your dreams no matter what, as much as you want. And I'm all for chasing your goals, and I will definitely tell you to, but I'm also a realist, and I also know things happen, and I also know when the time came that it was said, you know, maybe I shouldn't be in school full time right now because I literally can't walk at some points. Maybe I shouldn't be able to have, you know, this job because I can't walk up the stairs, or I'm going to have a blackout, and then, you know, I got 3 running clients coming up, and then we're in a row back to back, and I won't be able to see them, or I keep having to cancel stuff. Like, my whole life got shut down. It was at that moment where I realized it's not going to be a matter of this is going to shut me down. It's not going to be a matter of I can't do anything anymore. I'm helpless. It's not a matter of this is a problem I have to deal with, and I'm just going to find whatever easy route, you know, I can to just give up. And I do have help. I do have, you know, someone around, thankfully, for whenever I have issues, to take care of me and, like, feed me. There's literally times I can't pick up a glass of water. So there's nothing wrong with that. But more or less, I made the decision that I'm going to find a way to chase my dream in another way. I'm going to find a way to make myself available and do something to where I still feel worth. I'm going to find a way to still be successful based on the thing that I was blessed with, my superpower, I guess. I can't get rid of it. It's not going anywhere. So my new superpower has progressed me into the thinking process that maybe there is growth in change. There's growth in changing your mindset. There's growth in understanding that things won't always go as planned. And if you're not ready to accept change, if you're not ready to accept the fact that something different has happened to you and you have to find another way, you're going to lose. I refuse to lose. And like I said, I'm not going to lie and pretend that it's just been all super easy and whatever, and I'm perfect and everything's, roses and sunshine. It's been a little bit of a struggle for me to come to a point of, no matter what, I'm going to still be amazing, right? So, anyways, just to wrap it up, I'm now doing work from home. I'm getting into real estate. I do online coaching instead of coaching in person. These are all ways for me to still live and have a life. These are all ways for me to still, provide in a way that works for me. So I'm in with that. I'm just saying, maybe you have epilepsy, maybe you have seizures, maybe you have lupus, or maybe you have some weird autoimmune disease, or maybe something's going on with you and you think, I can't do anything. I just don't even want to be here. I know what it feels like to not want to be here. You have a reason to be here. And whatever issue you are blessed with, probably going to hate me for this, and you can say whatever you want. You're set on your path for that reason. It's meant to change you and it's meant to grow you so you can find what you're really meant for. Maybe there's a reason I wasn't meant to go to school. Maybe there's a reason I wasn't meant to do what I thought I wanted to do. And for me, being in real estate, I'm still kind of in a field of architecture-ish, I get into commercial, which is my dream now. So this video is much longer than I wanted it to be. So if you stayed for this long, thank you. Like I said, I plan on making more, just kind of talking about what's going on, how I'm dealing with things, how I'm moving forward, what I'm doing to kind of learn about what it is that I'm dealing with, what's going on as far as just different diagnoses and stuff. And I'll talk more about more of my experiences. Like I said, we're already at almost 20 minutes. I just really want people to understand that it doesn't have to stop you. It may knock you on your ass, because it did me. It literally knocked me on my ass yesterday. But it doesn't have to stop you. So, I hope you have a wonderful evening. If you would like to leave a comment or tell your story, feel free to do so. I'll see you later.